Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and I welcome you in this daily UPSC MCQ series and 26th of August lesson. This is every evening you get these lessons and the context is there in the current affairs section, and we will not waste our time. Let's start the lesson and go with these details. Keep this compilation with you. PDF you are getting on a daily basis on these Telegram channels and the Facebook group. Pocket News app is trending on Google Play, and regarding these courses, description is given below the video and you can call on these numbers, and this is the website here. Here you can send me a request. PDFs are uploaded here. Telegram channels link you will also find there, and you can follow me on Instagram too. First question: Tribhanga is what is Tribhanga? Many times you hear this word, and it is related to the art and culture topic of UPSC. Rock temples. You cannot say. Many sculptures are made with the Tribhanga posture. Actually, it's a tri-band pose. So the answer is D. And many pictures, many pictographs you see, and there maybe these are deities, maybe these are some dancers and all, and you see them in this pose. Tri-band means the joints of the body, three of these joints will be bent, means the knees and the joint which is there near the hip and the neck. These three will be bent, and this is the tri-band pose. Lord Krishna many times is attached with this kind of pose, and let me show you some pictures here. It will be much clearer to you. You can see Lord Krishna here, and it is not a necessary thing that only the neck, hip and the knee will be bent. Any three of the joints, means the torsos can also be bent. In the Odissi dance, the classical dance, there you see this kind of posture, and you see this kind of posture in Bharatanatyam and Kathak also. So that's the case. So S shape is the body normally in this pose. So Tribhang, it is actually associated, or it can be traced to Natya Shastra in the ancient times, from where all the dance forms of Indian dance forms mainly they are related to. But some scholars say that it is a mixture of three important bhangs: Abhangas, Sambhangas and Atibhangas, and these three they make a group of three bhangas. So three bhangs, that's the case. Okay, Indian sculpture also includes this posture in many of these statues and all. Next, Henley Passport Index. Henley Passport Index is a private index. It is not released by IATA, although IATA is also an important consortium, but it uses the IATA's data, the International Air Transport Association data, and it is not related to UN or something like that. It is a UK based important body, and it tells that how strong the passport is and how many countries we can visit visa free. So Indian passport is not that much strong. There may be a different kind of advertisement about the India's international stature, but this index tells a different story. We are actually 5 places down in the ranking. We are at 86th position. We were at 81st in 2018. This year we are at 86th, and only 58 countries we can visit visa free now. Earlier 60 countries we could visit visa free. So that's a kind of a decline, and it's a problematic thing for India. India's score is 58, means 58 countries only we can visit visa free. So this is wrong, and this is also wrong. It uses IATA's data to make this index. D, none is the answer here. You can see 86 is the rank and 58 are the countries we can visit visa free, or visa on arrival facility will be available there. Okay. This is also the score there. Japan and Singapore at the top of this list, and they have a score of 189, means 189 countries they can visit visa free, and we only 58 countries. So you can see, you can imagine how much strong passport Indians have. That's a problematic thing. Other passport indexes, Ayrton Passport Index, they may ask you about that also. There we have a score of 67. Okay, next, Adra Tiklit Bolafa. Adra Tiklit Bolafa, what is that? It was there in news, and many times UPSC asks these kind of questions, that recently in news, what is that? So 3-4 questions I have added today with this method. So is it an endangered fish? Is it a snake species, or is it a Booker's Prize winner novel? No. it's actually a newly discovered remain of Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus was a herbivorous dinosaur, and dinosaurs were there in the Mesozoic age, Mesozoic era. Actually, it was called era, and it was there from 250 million years ago till 65 million years ago. So means around 190 million years. This era was there, and Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous, 3 important periods were there. In these 2, dinosaurs were there, and a lot of things changed on the earth. There was a breakage of Pangea, then the Gondwana land and the Laurasia, they appeared, and India went with Africa, Antarctica, Australia combinedly. That was the Gondwana land. So we were the part of the Gondwana land, and North America, Europe, and all, they went towards North Pole, and it was the Laurasia part. So mainly the remains with the dinosaurs, they are normally found in Northern Hemisphere part, and it is the first time that in North Africa region, in the Atlas Mountains, these remains are found. So Adra means mountain, Tiklit means the lizard, and the Bolafa is the place where these remains are found. So Adra, Tiklit, Bolafa. So you must see that Stegosaurus, they were the herbivorous dinosaurs. So huge but herbivorous. And that's the map there. So it is the northwestern part of Africa where these are found. So it's a very, very important detail, and this geological past is extremely important for India also. And India came from Gondwana land towards the northern hemisphere. So it was the great movement of Indian plate. So these things certainly may be asked. Next, you can see in the pictures how the Pangea was broken up, then Laurasia, Gondwana appeared. This was the Laurasia, and this is the Gondwana, and modern world is like that. Next, one nation, one card, one ration card, ONORC. ONORC scheme is launched by Ministry of Home? No. It is launched by Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution. It was launched, actually it was not launched. It is going to be launched next year. 1 year period is given to all the states and all the districts and all these ration shops and all. Why? Because Aadhaar card was necessary here. And with the Aadhaar card use, the POS devices will work on all these places. And with this one nation, one card scheme, all the poor people, they will have this card, and anywhere they will go in India, they will get the food. And that is under the Food Security Act. We all know that they are getting the subsidized grains there. So 2 rupees per kg, 3 rupees per kg, and 1 rupee per kg grains they are getting there. So if that food in any state is totally free, then also they need to show this ration card. Otherwise, they will not get anything there. So that's the issue. And this is a wrong statement that Aadhaar card will not be as necessary. It will be necessary. And again, it's a controversy that why you can, why you are making it necessary, because this will raise further questions. Supreme Court has mandated that it is not necessary, and you cannot go with the mandatory condition of Aadhaar linkages. But this will be here. That's the important thing. And it is going to be launched next year in 2020, not this year. It is launched till 30th of June 2020. They need to complete all the important formalities, and they will launch this scheme. So D9 is the answer. Ministry of Consumer Affairs is the ministry which has launched it. Okay, POS machine, point of sale machines. Read about POS machines also. Many times we hear this word after demonetization. So this is going to be important. Pilot model is also launched in some states, and from November this year, they are going to start a pilot project for fortified grains also. Biofortification, you must have heard about this. Biofortification means the micronutrients are added into the food. So this way it becomes nutrient rich food. That means biofortification is there. And folic acid, iron, vitamin A and vitamin B12. Normally they lack in normal food, like in rice and all, vitamin A, B12, these are not present. So consumption of these simple grains will give you malnutrition too. So that's why to tackle the malnutrition and the stunting menace, they are going to biofortify the food there, and that will be given in this Food Security Act. Okay, with this one nation, one ration card scheme. Next, Jal Shakti Ministry. It's a new ministry combining the water resources plus drinking water ministries. And Central Water Commission was working under the Water Resource Ministry. It's a technical wing there. And this has not prepared this CAWMI index. Actually, Niti Aayog has prepared this index, and it is going to help the Jal Shakti Ministry. It launched the Jal Shakti Abhiyan, and this index is prepared by Niti Aayog for the states. So that's important. 28 indicators are there and 9 themes are there. And it will cover all the important water management issues like the groundwater also, surface water also, on farm management also, everywhere where the water is important. Then it will assess all those situations and they will make an index there. So this index, as I told you 2 days earlier, that Gujarat has topped this list. So both the options are wrong here. D, none is the answer here. Okay, because it is Niti Aayog and they will include groundwater too. You can see Jal Shakti Ministry, Rural Development Ministry and states and union territories. They all will be partners here, stakeholders here, and they have gone with it. And 9 themes and 28 different indicators are there. All these are given here. You will get them into PDF. Different kinds of weights and themes are here. 9 themes. Next, Academic Lomonosov. What is that? Academic Lomonosov is a moon landing rover by Russia or a spaceship by NASA, or is it the world's first floating nuclear power plant, FNPP? C is the answer here. Russia has launched its first FNPP, and it will cover a distance of 5,000 kilometers in the Arctic Sea, north to Russia, and it will go to the eastern end of Russia there, where the electricity is not available. So it will be an extremely important source in those areas, because Russia is focusing more on the eastern part now. So that's important. So it is the first floating nuclear power plant, and Rosatom actually has built this first FNCC. Rosatom is the state-owned atomic energy corporation. Okay, next, GSOMIA. GSOMIA was recently in news. What is that? Is it an AI-based supercomputer? No. Is it an agreement between US and Iran? That was JACPOA, not GSOMIA, where America has withdrawn from it. C is the answer here. It is the military information agreement. Okay. And it is between US, Japan and South Korea. For what? For North Korea's nuclear testings and nuclear issues which were going on. So in 2016, these 3 countries, which are strategic partners, US, Japan and South Korea, they signed this generalized system of military information agreement. Okay. You can see General Security of Military Information Agreement. This was signed. Now what has happened? South Korea and Japan, they both are developing a lot of differences nowadays, and there is a turbulent history involved with these 2 countries. Japan's history of World War II, a lot of brutalities. It showed at that time its military with China, with the other countries, with South Korea also, and comfort women's issue was extremely problematic for South Korea at that time. Japan has said sorry also to South Korea in 2015, and they agreed to pay 1 billion yen to South Korea also. But the trade differences, many other economic issues and all, they all are rising, and South Korea has now withdrawn from GSOMIA. So that's a problematic thing for this group, and history is taking over the present again here. Okay, mounting over trade and intelligence agreements, and this Japan country, it removed South Korea's favored trade partner status. Then the very next move as a response by South Korea was that it has terminated its military intelligence sharing pact GSOMIA with Japan. So with Japan, it has ended the pact there. With USA, it is still there. Next, Atlas Mountain. Atlas Mountains are located where? As I told you in the other Liktik BOFA question, that Atlas Mountains is the place where the remains of that Stegosaurus were found. So in Africa's northwestern part, we know that countries, Morocco is there, Algeria is there, and other important countries are there. This Tunisia is here. So Algeria is here, and these Atlas Mountains, they run through this whole area. Sahara Atlas and Anti-Atlas here, and other important peaks are there. So Algeria would be the answer here. A, Algeria, because this is Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia. In these 3 countries, Atlas Mountains are present. This question was asked in UPSC's 2015 prelims examination. You can see Morocco, High Atlas, Middle Atlas, Anti-Atlas ranges, and Tel Atlas, Saharan Atlas, and these are the areas, and this is the place where the remains were found. Okay, Berber people, and they with their Berber languages, they are living there, and Togkal is the highest peak in that mountain range, Atlas mountain range. Sisir Kumar Mitra, SK Mitra, this was there in the newspaper today. SK Mitra Center is there in Kolkata University. That is for space environment and this research which goes there. So Professor SK Mitra was very famous there. Now, was he a writer? No, because he was a professor and a physicist he was. So C is the answer here. And today Chandrayaan 2 took a picture of Mitra crater. This Mitra crater on moon that was named after Sisir Kumar Mitra, Professor Sisir Kumar Mitra. So that's important, and it has sent a important picture of many of these craters, like Jackson crater is there, Mac crater is there, and Mitra crater is there. Moon has a lot of craters because of the direct hitting of the meteors, because no atmosphere is present around this moon. So these meteors are directly hitting the surface of the moon. So many craters are there. So this was the Mitra crater, where Chandrayaan 2 has scanned this Mitra crater and it has sent the pictures here. So this is all for today. We will meet again tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Keep watching. It was Amit signing.